Infinite blessings and love. Namaste, namaskaram. This is Om Oracle Tarot, and this is Gemini's mid-month magic and manifestation check-in for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. Now, I have to say that these are general readings and may not resonate with everyone. If they don't, that's all right. There's plenty of other great YouTube tarot readers that you can check out. If you would like to get in contact with me, feel free to drop a comment below in the comment section. You can also get in contact with me at the Om Oracle Tarot Instagram page, of which there's only one, and the link for that is below in the description of this video. And if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated, and I appreciate all of you. I also want to send a big heartfelt sense of gratitude and thank you out to all those who have liked, shared, subscribed, and donated. It really does mean so much, and again, thank you so much. I'd also like to remind everyone to check your other placements, your sun, moon, and rising signs, for a broader picture of what may be going on. You can also feel free to check out the beginning of the month readings, as well as the full moon and the new moon readings that I also offer here at Om Oracle Tarot. All right. Without any further ado, please give us a message for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. I only take uprights and I only take jumpers from the deck. And while there may be moments of silence, while I may be shuffling the cards, do pay attention to anything you may hear, see, smell, feel, taste within yourself, as this is all your intuition playing a role in this reading, as we are not together in the physical. I am connecting to your energy. In a lot of ways, it's in these moments of silence that the deeper aspect of the reading takes place within yourself. So do pay attention to those. Those came out very strange. All right. All right. So we have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Devil card, and at the bottom we have the Temperance card. So for mid-April to mid-May on your path of magic and manifestation, there is some tension in the energy. And for some of you, I don't feel like this is for all of you, but for some of you, you are having conflict with someone. There's someone that is slowing your abundance up a little bit. And for others of you, you have been training for whatever this Ace of Pentacles is. And the Ace of Pentacles is usually speaking about this divine gift of abundance. And this is something that you're working on. You are working towards your manifestation, but there is some tension. And again, this is due to perhaps some haters, or just the tension for some of you is also, and this may be in both cases, that you're trying to get this manifestation going here, and there's some tension in the line. It's not moving as smoothly as you would like. With the Seven of Cups here, there is some illusionary aspect. So you may want to recalibrate how you are working this. There may need to be some aspects of the way you're going about this that need to be left in the past here. So, there are some shadows coming up because you're kind of questioning yourself and your ability to make things happen. So these shadows are definitely coming up. You definitely feel the pull of this restriction, the tension of this restriction. So you feel a little trapped here. And there is some fear tied up into this tension because you're really wanting whatever this is to work. You're wanting it to stick. So there is this tension. There is this feeling of being trapped or held back from your manifestation. Now, some of these may have to do with, like I said, the way you're working this. You may be attached to certain methods that, even though the method is great, it's wonderful, for whatever reason, it might not be clicking with you at this particular moment, which is sometimes how it goes. So switching it up might be in your benefit in helping release this. It does appear, though, in mid-May to mid-August, you do find this release from this tension and from this bondage. The temperance squashes the devil every time. So you are finding more balance as you move forward. And again, you're overcoming this energy, but the Spirit is wanting you to know that this is definitely energy that's going to be noticeable for you, and it's wanting to give you the information so that you can weather this energy in the proper way, because it does appear that you do find balance where it does feel like there is some disharmony in the energy initially. So you are finding this balance, this harmony, and this is really helping you get on your purpose. I feel like you are on your purpose. But again, there's some things that cannot go along with you as you move forward, or at least for this time period. The Spirit is kind of asking you to whittle things down to what works for you. So this may take some trial and error. And again, when we're manifesting, a lot of this is experimentation, trial and error type of thing. You try it out. If it doesn't work, you try something else. And you are seeking this assistance from the divine. I feel like you are receiving that assistance. It may not come in the way that you are expecting, but the assistance is arriving for you. And the Spirit is saying, be patient with this. This is not an overnight thing here. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. Three cards, please, for Geminis. The Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands. One more, please. At the bottom, we have the Hermit. At the bottom, we have the Knight of Cups. So with the Knight of Wands here, you are ready for this freedom. You definitely feel this kind of bound, or like I said earlier, this being held back a little bit. It's like you kind of feel like you have like an anchor on you that's like kind of dragging and slowing you down here. But I feel you are gaining this freedom that you seek and finding endless potential as you move forward. But again, there are some things that are going to have to go for a moment. And again, I don't feel like you're letting some of these practices or techniques go forever. It's for this particular thing. The Spirit is saying, switch it up. We have the Three of Wands. So as you do that, you definitely are expanding out from this feeling of being contracted in restriction here. So you are expanding out from this type of position. You're also receiving some messages from the Spirit on how to move forward, and so do pay attention to your dreams, your meditative states, things like this. For receiving these messages, this is going to help you navigate how to switch this up. You're going to be receiving these messages. So definitely with the Hermit, meditation is going to be really important. Doing this introspective work, this soul searching, seeking this inner guidance. And you are seeking this assistance from the divine here, and they're coming in, and you are receiving messages. So I would definitely say be ready with a pen and a piece of paper, or a journal, or write these things down. But it does appear you are finding freedom. We have the Knight of Cups here, so you're moving forward with a lot of creativity. However you're mixing this up, you're being very creative with that, almost in a way coming up with your own thing. So you're playing with it, you're experimenting a little bit, and it is paying off for you. You're finding something that really clicks. And so I feel like once you get over the hump here with this kind of restricted energy, you begin to move forward at a good clip, and you're kind of wind assisted. The divine is coming in and aiding you, but there's something that the divine, the Spirit, the ancestors are wanting you to put down for a second. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. Whoa. All right, hit the floor. All right, we have the Lust card. Thank you. All right, we have the Lust card, 6 of Swords, and the Prince of Cups at the bottom. We have the 7 of Wands. So we have these 2 7s here. So 7 is the number of confidence. And I feel like when you really break the chains of this, and this manifestation begins to manifest, this definitely fills you with a lot of confidence. So do expect that to grow, where for some of you, you may feel like your confidence is a little diminished, whatever this drag in the energy is affecting that for whatever reason. But moving forward, you're regaining your confidence here. We have the Lust card. This corresponds with the Strength card here. So, and this is kind of talking about how you move forward with a lot of confidence, a lot of belief in yourself, finding that you have more influence and persuasion over your reality, over your manifestations. And now with the Lust card, this is also asking you to embrace certain elements of your sexuality or your sexual expression here, and that actually opening that inner door to these things is really going to be helpful during this time and moving into summer. We have the 6 of Swords here. So this is kind of a rite of passage, having to experiment with these things. Also, just the feeling this drag in the energy. This is teaching you something. This is also training for you. And this, the way this is working, and this might not feel so logical necessarily, but do know that you are performing a scientific process with this trial and error, seeing what sticks to the wall. So you are doing these experiments here. This is science. So you're using this scientific method to see what works. We have the Prince of Cups. So you're definitely receiving intuitive messages at this time. I also feel like as you move forward, there's this large emotional component that begins to enter. And I don't really feel like it's there at such a level at the in April, but moving into May, there's this emotional bubbling up here, and in a positive way too, because you're kind of starting to brim with confidence here. So you're kind of you're falling in love with yourself or your path. You're having these positive emotions towards yourself. At the bottom, we have the Seven of Wands. So you're definitely kind of in a defiant stance in the beginning of mid-April, because you're like, why isn't this working? So your reactionary energy is part of this drag in the energy. So, and maybe you are used to using a heavy-handed method in getting your manifestations off the ground, and that may be part of what might need to be recalibrated. Either way, you are persevering through this energy. And again, the Spirit is wanting you to know that this energy is there, but that you also find freedom from it. So this is a temporary energy. All right, please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. Three cards, please. All right, we have the Wheel. Thank you. The Temperance card again. One more, please. All right. One more card, please. Sure. So we have the Wheel of Fortune card, the Temperance card, the Ace of Swords, which is upside down, take that into account. We have the Six of Cups and the Nine of Swords. At the bottom, we have the Hangman. So we have the Temperance card here again. This is the Spirit letting you know that you are going to be overcoming this energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Spirit is wanting you to know that this is your destiny. The wheel is turning in your favor, even though it might not feel like it. That this is part of the cycle, is the drag in the energy, but that it is placing you more on your purpose, more in a balanced position, and this is actually allowing you to learn a more, what we say, streamlined method of accomplishing this, which I feel like is the goal for Spirit for you for this time period. We have the Ace of Swords here. So initially, you feel like it is that a Ace of Swords in reversed here at the beginning of April. And you definitely feel like this breakthrough is not coming. You're feeling a little unsuccessful. But as you move forward and as you recalibrate, you're kind of flipping this Ace of Swords in what you're doing and kind of the decisions you make as you move through this energy, to where you're kind of turning this kind of feeling of loss into this feeling of win, to where you are going to have this breakthrough. You're breaking out. This breakout of success in your life is kind of what's coming. There's also truth that is going to hit when these chains are broken. I feel like this is a very positive truth, whatever that is. This is definitely, with the Six of Cups, going to have you kind of looking back and assessing, definitely assessing, looking over your notes of, I did A, B, C, and this seemed to work for me. So you are kind of looking over your notes, looking back, wanting to repeat this process, which I feel like is the goal for Spirit for you at this time. You're also kind of looking back and seeing how far you've come in the last little while. This may be 6 months. This might be a year or two for others of you. But just this kind of pat on the back when you've finally broken these chains of how far you've come. Because there is some Nine of Swords energy wrapped up in the in mid-April to end of April, where there is some worry, there is some fear. You may even be having some restless nights due to the energy drag here, and you're really wanting this manifestation to come in here. So it is this reworking that really helps you out and releases a lot of this tension. This fear, these restless nights, is due to the tension. So, but again, you do release yourself, and this is temporary. But the Spirit is kind of indicating as soon as you can, as soon as you realize that you can, start reworking this, start kind of experimenting with whatever this is on kind of a small, quick scale. And then I feel you stepping that up into your long game here. At the bottom, we have the Hangman. So this whole period for you is giving this new perspective, giving you this new perspective. On yourself, one, but on the practice of manifestation in general. You're getting this new perspective as you rework this, you streamline this. You're kind of simplifying your practice down to the essentials, and that really seems to be the right mix for you. That's the right ingredients. So you're getting this new perspective. You're breaking some old patterns as you move forward. This period is kind of a transitionary metamorphosis kind of period for you. And you are letting go of these things from the past here. And this person is here doing some yoga, so you may be incorporating some of that into your practice, or some sort of physical exercise. But definitely flipping that Ace of Swords in reverse into the Ace of Swords upright. And that's what you're doing. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. 3 cards, please. All right. 6 of Swords again, I believe. Yeah. Elder of Cups. Sure, we'll take them. 7 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. At the bottom, we have the 3 of Swords. So, with the 6 of Swords, like I said earlier, this is a period of a rite of passage for you. And it is, I feel like you are kind of doing this just in the nick of time, as these people are getting out of this burning house just just at the right timing here. This is also kind of feels like an indication that as you move forward through this energy, I don't feel you going back, at least in the old way, because you're realizing that some things that you were doing, or at least the perspective of them, was causing this drag in the energy and holding you back. And so I don't feel you going back to that process, especially as you find this simple, streamlined approach. So you're definitely moving forward and dropping some of the extras of the past. You have the Elder of Cups, so you're definitely advancing and actually becoming masterful in the area of your emotions, your creativity, things like this. So this emotional component coming in May for you. You're really starting to feel that you are the master of yourself. You're the master of your inner world here. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So, like I said earlier, you're moving this short view, trial and error, as you kind of experiment, and you're moving this into your long game. This is 7 of Pentacles is speaking about the long-term success. They're having this long-term view and receiving sustainable results, something that you can repeat and continue to do and do easily. We have the 8 of Wands, so I feel as soon as you break these change, there's a lot of change that takes place for you once you release yourself for this, and this kind of starts to happen pretty quick. So I feel like once you're into May, you're moving at a pretty quick speed. Some of you may be changing locations. I feel like that is a small percentage of you. You're receiving some sort of communication. Also, definitely in the spirit. I feel like there is some community gathering around you to a certain extent. You're kind of in a hermit mode. It feels like during this time period as you're kind of working these things out. But I feel your community is kind of, your friends, your family is reaching out to you at this time and being like, hey, where are you? So you may want to take a few days, a weekend, and just kind of hang out with your people and take that R&R. At the bottom, we have the Three of Swords. So this feeling of a diminished confidence in some area may be due to a past heartbreak in the love romance department. Also, when we're trying to get manifestations off the ground, it's just not working. This can also cause a lot of emotional grief for us. And this is kind of what I feel like you're in, is this, there's a tug of war going on. So there is that, and I feel like that is more from mid-April to the end of April here. And it does kind of feel like there is this internal tug of war taking place, and it's just reminding me of a Native American parable. It was about the two wolves. Within all of us, there is a battle going on between two wolves, and as the story goes, the little boy asks the elder, well, like, which wolf wins? And the elder says, it's the wolf that you feed here. So what are you feeding here? Whichever wolf you feed is going to be the one that wins. One is low vibrational, one is high vibrational. Which one are you going to feed? All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. 3 cards, please. Too many. 3 cards, please. All right. 2 more cards, please. I have no idea what that card says. Two more cards, please. So there is a little resistance in the energy, just in general. So this might be this dragon energy that you're kind of experiencing. All right, thank you. I have no idea what this says. But I definitely feel you have protection at this time. You're really kind of flexing your willpower at this time, and it is working out in your favor. So you're activating some energy within yourself this time. Iris of Rainbows. So you are where your hope has perhaps been diminished a little bit at the in April. You are receiving this renewal of hope. You're receiving this promise for a brighter future, and this is kind of how you feel. These most likely are coming in your dreams or your meditative states. Here we have the fairies of the future. So the Spirit is saying, really be in the moment, stay in the moment. There is going to be periods, I feel like more in April, where you're going to feel like escaping the moment. So the Spirit is really asking you to stay in the moment. Be here now, like the book, Ram Dass. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. This one came out first. All right. We have You Are Enough, Growing Intuition, Light in the Dark. Now, this light in the dark has been kind of a regular during this cycle. A lot of the signs have gotten this. I have a hard time talking. All right. So we have You Are Enough. So this drag in the energy appears to be stemming from the belief that you aren't enough and that you have to do all these different things to get what you want to get off the ground here. And the Spirit is reminding you are enough. It's you are the magic, not all the other things. Yes, these are useful. They have their practical applications, but you are the source of the magic. So you are you're definitely enough. And just on another level, if a manifestation comes in or doesn't, you're enough with or without it. You're already enough. You're already complete. But of course, we're already complete, but we got to eat. So this is what it is. So you are growing. You're finding growth from this. And this is kind of the purpose of this time period for you, is that you're finding this growth in your practice. Intuition is going to be really important for you. I feel like you are getting this new perspective because you are really relying on the intuition. I'm not saying entirely on intuition, but I would say quite a bit on intuition. Light in the dark. So what I was saying earlier, you are shining this light in on these perhaps what are feel like shadowy aspects of yourself. But again, with the you are enough, as you're sifting through these shadows, yes, these shadows accumulate around us, but essentially you are the light. You are the light in the darkness. You are enough. You are complete. You are the light. You are the magic. You're it. You're it. All right. Please give us 3 cards for what is on Gemini's path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023. How does this translate to the mundane sphere? How does this translate to our everyday life for our Geminis for mid-April to mid-May? Reunion. Despair. And young woman. So reunion. And I feel like this is a reunion as you kind of switch things up. You're revisiting some things from the past that perhaps you set down because of perhaps their simplistic nature. But it's actually the simplicity that gives it the kick. So you are revisiting some of these old practices. And now, from mid-April to the end of April, you are dealing with some levels of depression, some anxiety, some worries. So this is indicated here. But I do feel you finding this renewal as we have this young woman card here. You are finding this renewal and feeling this sense of youth regardless of what your age is as you move forward and you break these chains. You have a little pep in your step as you move forward. All right. Please give us 3 cards. What would you like to leave Geminis with for a final message for what is on their path of magic and manifestation for mid-April to mid-May of 2023? 3 cards, please, for a final parting message for our Geminis. We have another 6 of Swords. 2 more cards, please. No. All right. 2 cards, please. All right, there's another 3 of Swords. Let's see. All right. King of Swords, the Chariot, and the 10 of Cups. At the bottom, we have the 7 of Swords, excuse me. But we do have 6, 7 here. So there is a level up taking place. But this is a rite of passage. The Spirit is wanting you to know that, unfortunately, you have to go through this. This is important for you to learn. And this may not be important for everyone to learn, but on your specific path, whatever this is something you need to know as you move forward. So, and again, you are dropping the burdens, what doesn't serve you, what is dragging your boat. Like I said, with this anchor, this is going to have a hard time passing across this waterway if you have an anchor dragging you, essentially having you stuck to the bottom. So you are moving forward. Your truth is definitely your guide. As you break these chains, you find more mental clarity. And really, in this experimentation process, you find mental clarity. And this is also igniting this kind of youthful interaction with your practice here. You're getting kind of giddy about this experimentation process. We have the Chariot card. So this is a new journey for you. Whatever you're undertaking, this feels is very ambitious, and it does appear that you are accomplishing this. It just is not exactly when you thought it would come in. This does kind of feel like it is more into summer, which a lot of the signs have gotten that same kind of message. But your willpower is, as you move into May, is kind of on a high. And again, you have a lot of confidence. You're overcoming and breaking through any obstacle that's in your way. In reworking this, you are finding success here. Finding more balance. You refuse to lose here, and so that you are winning. And again, you're balanced here. And this is leading to your 10 of Cups. Like I said, this highly emotional component coming in for you. And this is this kind of 10 of Cups. You're going to feel kind of blissed out when you break these chains and you realize what you're doing is working here. So you have this kind of overflow of this bliss energy. Which you need. You deserve this. And again, this youthful energy, the inner child kind of coming out and being able to play with this experimentation process. And I don't feel like this experimentation process ends with this cycle. I feel like this experimenting with different techniques almost becomes a practice in and of itself for you. You're being very strategic, again, with this scientific kind of process of trial and error. So I definitely get a strategery off of this 7. So you're being very strategic on your moves, and that is paying off for you. You have been in this 4 of Cups energy of you're kind of looking at what you don't have yet, essentially. And you're like, I wish I had this 4th cup. That would really bring the set together nicely, wouldn't it? And so the divine is offering you this cup. But it's like you have to be free of these chains in order to reach out and grab the cup. So this is what you're doing here. We have the High Priestess, so you are utilizing some sacred knowledge, some secret sacred knowledge. And this is kind of what I feel like you're kind of going back to some of these things. And again, your intuition is really high. There are some things that you're not going to expect about this, because you're kind of reworking your practice to get this one manifestation off the ground. But I feel like it starts this snowball effect of you really making things happen here, and how this experimentation is going to cause this expansion energy for you. And it kind of uncovers some hidden talents and abilities that you didn't know that you had. So summer's looking pretty good for you. We have the Ace of Cups here. So this is in part what the divine is trying to hand you. Like I said, there's this big emotional component to May to mid-May for you. So I feel like you, with this 10 of Cups, you're also receiving this Ace of Cups. Now this Ace of Cups is spiritual sustenance. It's usually spoke of as love and compassion. But this, to me, is as the dove drops the Eucharist into the cup and the cup runneth over. This is kind of this merging of you and the divine. And you could almost see this cup as like the head of the magician on the magician card, and the dove and the Eucharist as the infinity symbol, this merging of the divine and the human structure, and creating this overflow of abundance and bliss here. Temperance angel is also speaking of a similar type of merging. We have the Knight of Wands. Again, I think, yeah, Knight of Wands. So you are headed forth on this adventure. This is going to have some trials for you, but you're really taking the reins. You're headed right into this. You know that you have to kind of recalibrate something. So this gives you this opportunity, this transitionary zone of mid-April to mid-May to really get these things going here. And on April 20th, we have a solar eclipse, and I believe at the beginning of May, we have a lunar eclipse. So definitely there is some heavy, big energy that is going to influence a lot of this, and also influence the timing of things. So definitely look into that and how that is going to play out for you. But I think that's a good place to end the reading. So Geminis, I want to send you a lot of love and encouragement for mid-April to mid-May. This is a big learning period for you. This is a transitionary period, and it appears that you ride into mid-May feeling very blissed out and very accomplished and self-empowered. So that is very good. So if any of this reading resonates with you, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, as it is really most appreciated. And I appreciate all of you for tuning in, listening, and watching. Once again, like I said, you are truly most appreciated. And Geminis, I can tell in the next go round.